So what happened is it got cut off a little piece. So wait for that.
You know what? I thought we were blessed the other day because remember when you said you didn't know why that was cut off the other day? Remember this is when I killed the spider and stuff. I thought about that. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. You just did it for us.
We did have a spider issue.
Yeah, it was like
it was a difficult.
I was like, okay. And we were live.
She can't be bringing her boyfriend.
No,
to
this guy was huge. He was huge. And she was like, and we was live, and she was just like, and it was just that was it. And she made me out to get up, kill it, and it was crazy.
You killed your boyfriend for you?
Yes.
And I appreciate it. Well, hello everybody. We are live right now. Okay, so this is Lauren. So for people who haven't gotten used to seeing her.
Yes.
And of course you got Lydia here and Joanne. And like I told you, we've had the Talk It Out show for 8 years. And we so happy to find out because remember we had a big argument about it. Mm-hmm. So we've been with the Talk It Out show for 8 years, and it came from Who's Fooling Who, and we did a audio. Mm-hmm. Who's Fooling Who, and Lauren did not approve of it at the time, but now Lauren likes it, so it's a matter of the times and stuff. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated who we are. So if you see us on something else and our names don't match, remember the Who's Fooling Who, and that's where our names came from. Was a play that Lauren wrote that was awesome, and we'll be probably doing it soon. So, right now we're in a pandemic, so that's not going to be happening right now. So we're getting ready to start, and Joanne will lead us into it.
Welcome to the Talk It Out show. I'm your host, Joanne. We would like to let you know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. Now, if you want to look us up on Facebook or Twitter, look us up on Talk It Out Show. And if you need to email us any of your questions, go ahead and email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. Now, if you need to physically send any of your questions to us, you can go ahead and send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right, well, as you know, I have my panel of lovely ladies. I'm going to introduce those lovely ladies. We have Lydia.
Hello, everyone.
All right, we have our lovely Lauren.
Hi, everyone.
All right, Valerie's not here today. We miss her. She should be back shortly. So we got somebody that we're going to help out, and we want to help one of these listeners out. It says, I've emailed you before, but this email is totally different than the ones I've sent in the past. I'm 28 years old, married with 4 kids, close in age. They're all by my husband, by the way. Mother's Day is coming up soon, and my husband and his grandma have a strained relationship. It's been that way for a few years now. At one point, he was close to his grandma because she was the one who raised him, so he sees her as his mother. The reason that the relationship is strained now is because of me. His grandma was against us getting married because, according to her, I am not a good woman because I don't work, and she feels like all I wanted to do was keep having babies for him to take care of. She basically feels like I trapped him with kids. Me being a stay-at-home mom was a decision he and I both made because daycare is expensive and we don't trust people with our kids since they are so young. We also planned all of our kids. We're far from rich and we live a comfortable lifestyle without asking for help from anyone. His family is usually always asking him for money or wanting him to pay one of their bills. In the beginning of our relationship, my husband used to work so hard trying to take care of our household as well as his actual mother's, and he eventually stopped because it was stressing him out. They, of course, blame me for that. All in all, I was wondering if the relationship he had with his grandma is worth trying to fix, or should I just leave it alone?
I think you should just leave it alone. I mean, that's up to him. I wouldn't stress him about it. Like, if he wants to talk about it, you talk about it. You can have an open communication with him and talk to him about it and find ways to maybe get him and his grandmother to have a conversation to build. But it's not really your position to do that.
So you're saying it'd be a sounding board for him?
Yeah, be a sounding board. Because sometimes as women, we want to push, and sometimes he knows, because apparently so far you've already tried. So he knows that you want them to have a relationship. So he's not looking at you as the one that's separating their relationship. His grandmother's the one separating them because she's not understanding. And I kind of understand the grandma. I'm like that with my son as well, I'm like, be careful. Don't get no girl pregnant because you're different than most guys because you have a job at a young age. You've been working. So, be careful because, that people look at your kids as a gold digger. Yeah.
Because it's rare. You don't see a lot of people doing that.
And so you do have that. But at the same time, be like, well, because she's not working, then you can't help the family. Well, then that's a selfish need, and that's nothing you can fix in that area.
But the bad part is he's been helping. I mean, even with her not working, just imagine how much probably where the money would have been going to helping their family. Because if he's been helping the family all the time just off of his income, and having a family and his kids, and he's already been paying their bills and this and that and taking care of as well. I mean, if she was working, they would just be taking her money probably too, trying to get taken care of.
And there wouldn't be no money because it'd be for the child care.
Right, exactly.
And I just think, to me, I can, like I said, I understand the lady very well because my husband, when I met him, wasn't talking to his mother. But I never pushed it. I was like, you need to at least call and see how she's doing. Just have that communication, make sure she's all right. Because in my mind, I'm always thinking, if she passes away, that's going to hurt you.
Right.
More than anything. But sometimes we don't believe somebody will pass away. So we don't think about it, the pain and the hurt of that. But that's where I was. But I was never a person that pushed it on. I just was like, you need to talk to your mom. You getting married, she needs to at least know that. Have those kind of conversations. If she don't want to come, that's fine. At least you made an effort. And that's all I wanted, They had to mend their own relationship. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying for her. You got to mend your own relationship. He has to mend his own relationship with her. There's nothing you can do about it.
The problem is, though, I guess for me, is like she's trying, and to me, that has to be hard to know that she's the reason why, but then she's trying to mend it.
But she's not the reason why.
She's not. Yeah.
I know, but they're saying that.
It doesn't matter. She's not the reason why.
Change is hard for everybody. I mean, it really is. And what he used to do for all of his life, he's no longer doing it. He's doting on his wife, which he's supposed to do, and he's taking care of his family. And you are, I commend you for being a stay-at-home mom, because the kids need their mother, and it's really hard when you take them on. And like I said, I commend the ones that are single mom and they have to have the child care and whatnot. But it's hard. And usually they have to go and find that just right person.
Yes.
That you trust. Because and that's hard to do. You almost have to know them and all that. I mean, it's really hard to do.
Yeah,
so I commend you on how you're handling your family, and I commend your husband on you don't have that's one way. You're never supposed to have your cell phone in the studio. but we're not going to get onto that. That's another subject. We're going to put that on the Talk It Out show. But when change happens, you're going to get some backlash. You know what? But the worst thing that you can do, let me tell you something. The Bible is really clear on this. And I know everybody's going to say, I'm going to go to that, cleave to your, no, I'm not going there. Oh, I'm not going there.
I was wanting you to go there.
No, but I'm not.
I was wanting you to go to the Bible because of...
Yeah, but I was going to tell you that's really, really clear like that. But we all know that verse. You leave your mother and father and cleave to your wife.
Yeah, that's the one I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's the one that everybody really hastens to. But I'm not going there. I'm going to say this time is quarreling. Like you never feel the fire. And let me tell you something. It's the opposite with God. It's the opposite. If you want somebody to come to you, then you kind of like stay low. Because let me tell you something. People do the opposite of what you want them to do. Like, women get mad and give them the ultimatum. I'll give you, if you don't do this, I'm going to. And then people always take the opposite of the ultimatum. They take the one that said, well, if you have to go there. Well, they'll go there. With family, if you try too hard, they're gonna go further away from you. If you don't try, and you're just nice when they come around, but you don't, if the husband is up there and he comes to the family and they go, "Where's your wife?" And she goes, "Well, she was busy." Well, she can come, and then next time you come and you sit and you say, "Hi, how you doing?" and you sit down, and then you be what you let them invite you. You let them tell you to come. You let them include you, because if you force yourself, or not force yourself, but be overly nice, "Oh, can I do this? Can I do this?" then they're just gonna go further and further away. I've noticed that. If you just, especially also this works with relationships. If your husband or your wife is mad at you and she's not speaking, going to them and saying, "What's wrong? What can I do? Blah 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 blah," prolongs the anger. It prolongs it. And the same way with this, with your family. Just lay low. Be kind and sweet. Be there when he needs you. Be there if they say it's a family gathering. Of course, go and support your husband and be very cordial and stuff like that. But that's all you can do. They got to get over it on their own. It's their problem, not yours.
Yep. And I know you're feeling guilty, but don't feel guilty. There's nothing you can do about it. It's like somebody slapping the mess out of you just out of the blue. You're not gonna feel guilty that they slapped you, but just don't. I know it probably doesn't feel the same, but I'm just like, sometimes we hold on to a burden because we feel like, oh, we're tearing up the family, we're ripping the family apart, we're doing that. You're really not. You're building your family, and he can't maintain to take care of two families. And he's like, well, they're gonna have to understand my family comes first. Like, if you guys were dying or something, I'm there, but you want me to pay your monthly bills and stuff like that. I got my own monthly bill. And they believe that if you had a job, that he would be able to still do it. They're not paying attention. And if he's not able to do it, why you keep having those kids? Which is really, if you really think about it, for them to have that feeling and emotion that you're just having these kids to suck up his money and stuff, they missing the point that this is their grandchild, their great grandchildren, and that's so you mean. So you more worried about this over here than the grandkids. Regardless, if I have 20 kids or not, we're married. Everything we're doing is in proper protocol. So why are you upset?
I'm like, they playing the kids.
So
everything.
and it's his.
Everything.
This is his family.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, some people just don't want to let go of that because they like the control that they have, and nobody should have that much control over anybody.
That's true.
And he's not allowing it, so you just sit back and relax. You could just say, go give your grandmother a Mother's Day gift, and call it a day. You need to at least do that, and that's it. But they don't have to have a bonding relationship or anything, and he could send some flowers or whatever she likes, to her for that. But that's about it on that. I would not stress over that.
I think what I'm starting to realize, just even like looking at this whole situation, and just, I guess it's just because I'm getting older and starting to learn about people, is at the end of the day, people have so many of their own issues themselves that we have no understanding. We don't even know why. You know what I mean? It's like, and a lot of times you just have to allow them to deal with their own mess. It's their stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could be sitting there thinking it's you all day long, and at the end of the day, it's really whatever issue they have. They could be saying, "Oh yeah, I have an issue with you," whatever. But it's like, I don't know why you have an issue with me. I'm trying, I don't know what it is or where it's coming from. That's something that them themselves have to deal with. And like, I totally agree with Lydia is saying, is that is so much time wasted. They could be having a great time with their family. They have a beautiful family, sounds like, and they're missing out on a relationship. And because of the fact, and I'm not just saying, oh yeah, that is going to happen or whatever, but because this is a grandmother that raised him and he looks at her as his mother, that's a grandmother. So you sitting here holding a grudge or whatever your issue you may have, you don't know how much longer you have on this earth, and you sitting there wasting all that time being mad and saying, oh, because she using you, and you may drop dead any day. You done lost all this time that you could have had. I mean, you gotta look at that. I mean, I'm just being real. It wasn't a mother; it was a grandmother that was raised him like a mother. So what I'm saying is, he got all these kids that you could be having a relationship with. And see, a lot of people don't understand is children, when they're around older people, they add something to them and give them the youth, and you know what I'm saying. They just get they do because I saw my son around my grandmother. It was just crazy. So she could be totally enjoying all them kids, and she's just sitting there holding a grudge for no reason. That time can't come back.
She might
You
not
can't
like
take it
kids.
back. Yeah, that's true. You got a point there.
She might not like kids.
She might be holding a grudge because she had to raise you. No,
Well, I mean, my thing is, because he was paying his mama's bills, and
Yeah.
mama didn't raise it.
Yeah.
Mama didn't raise
Yeah,
it.
his mother.
His
He was paying
grandmother.
hers too. That's what I'm saying. He was
That's what
helping
I'm
her.
saying.
That's
well,
a lot.
sometimes they get attached. Let me tell you, especially when they get old, when people get to be the grandmother and
Right.
all that kind of stuff, you kind of get pushed to the corner,
Mhm.
and that's more scarier than death. It's just
Yeah.
that when you see, we went as a ministry to nursing homes to give people, little gifts from the nursing
Yeah.
home to visit, and we always ask, can we get the list of the people that don't get visitors?
Mhm.
And I was shocked to see some of the prominent community leaders,
Mhm.
some of the
Yeah.
really popular people
Mhm.
on the no one visit list.
Yeah.
And they're older and they get pushed to and they have a zillion family members.
Right.
But they're on the not visit often list.
Mhm.
And so that kind of scares most seniors is
Yeah.
being not
Like, I done did all this.
yeah, or and
That
put
ain't
to
the time
the-
to push people away.
yeah, no,
I'm scared.
no,
I'm gonna push you away.
no, it's not that. It's not pushing it away. It's she's jealous. That's all.
Yeah.
But
That's all she
her
is.
jealousy is pushing it away.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that. She just thinks
Oh.
she's jealous.
Mhm.
She doesn't know why she's doing that. And all this.
And
Well,
so
she's doing this,
sabotage
that, and the other. It's because those are her symptoms. She cannot articulate that. Wait, I'm just jealous.
Mhm.
He got a good wife. I'm just tripping on my own.
Mhm.
She's not thinking it like that. She's
She's
thinking.
too proud. You feel like
No, it's just that she doesn't
Look
know.
at the whole family is talking.
She doesn't.
That's
know.
what it is. It's the whole family talking. Cause you could think one thing on your own, right?
Yeah.
And go, okay, I gotta push you away because you're not thinking about family.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's everybody talking because as you read the thing,
Mm.
he was taking care of everybody,
Yeah.
including his mama who didn't take care of him.
Right.
So now he done stopped taking care of his mama, and now the mama looking at the grandma
Yeah.
and so and so, and she like, oh, you gonna stop helping me?
Mm.
Oh,
No,
Because
and people.
because think about it. Think about how the conversation is. It's
Yeah.
like he was helping everybody,
Right.
and he cut back a lot.
But what I say, and people always, when people are trying to get, when people are complaining,
Yeah.
they want you on their side.
Yeah.
So they will say, and even with you, let's call Grandma Nana.
Mhm.
Even with you, Nana,
Mm.
he don't even want to come see you no more, Nana.
That's
He
what
don't
I'm
come
saying.
see you. Yeah. He's not helping me. He's not coming seeing you.
But that's what I'm saying is,
And they're
so
talking.
she don't have time to
feeling
think
it.
about it
She's
on her own.
right.
That's what I'm
Yeah, to
saying.
realize that it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
to
it
realize
could be
it's her
jealousy
being
or
jealous
yeah.
whatever.
And you-
Or
you
being
believe it.
swayed, or
Yeah.
being swayed to what the mother, the ones that
Cause that was family come first. In blood thicker than water. I'm so sick and tired of that language.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I can just imagine. That's
But
all.
and wait a minute, that's a cultural thing, and that's a historic thing. Because I was raised up blood thicker than
Yeah.
than water,
Yeah.
and that's what I was raised that way. And like even with my parents and stuff like that, we were always close. We were close all the time, and so yeah. We would just, and everybody else was on the outside. So that was back then.
Mhm.
Nowadays, it has evolved where everybody is, everybody's independent and stuff like that.
Right.
But and I even have problems with that. I have problems with. Wait a minute, you went against the family? I'm like I'm with the Godfather or something.
Yeah.
You went against get the knife, get the
Yeah.
horse's head.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that one. I really can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. When you go to bed.
Oh
I'm
God.
just saying I can see that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like I said, and you are right.
It's
because
it's
generational.
Yeah,
And she's the
generational,
older
yeah.
older generation.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we
she's
do-
really got that.
we got
that
that.
belief,
Yeah.
and you do. But the thing is I guess too, I guess my concern is this. Just like you said, because I was saying I wanted you to bring the Bible up. because of that, it's like, are you not realizing he went off, he got married, he has his own family. His own family is what he's doing, what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to be after he went off and went away
But
and had
the
his
thing
own.
about it is, you guys gotta understand. This is how I look at it too. If you're getting $2,000 a month, you've been depending on that $2,000 a month. You already spent it every month. You spent that $2,000 a month.
In your head.
That you're because you're getting it every month.
Yeah, right.
So you know it's there. You've been getting it for over 10, 15 years of that $2,000 a month. And all of a sudden,
You don't get it no more.
you don't get it no more because so and so said no.
But
And
no.
Not so-and-so, but
said no. She didn't say no.
no,
She
okay.
said
He
he
did
can't.
the 2000,
Yeah.
so he said,
He said,
I can't do this no more.
I gotta take care of
I got my family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your lifestyle that you were at
Yeah, you
is no longer there. Who are you gonna blame? You don't want to blame him. So who are you gonna blame?
She should have never looked at him as a paycheck.
Everybody does
No,
that.
that's his life. You can't
I
say
know,
somebody
I
said
know,
look at a paycheck.
I know.
That's like people who get on.
Leave it to you guys
welfare.
to be real all the time.
Yeah, I'm saying if people who get welfare, if the
Right.
state automatically stops,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, well, how you gonna stop it? How we gonna take care of our family? And if somebody come over and go, well, you shouldn't have been dependent on that.
That's
You don't care if you shouldn't have been dependent on it. You was dependent on it, and now they just gonna stop the program. You're mad.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It doesn't matter. Your job goes, okay, you were making $25 an hour, but you know, we broke now, so you're making $8 an hour. You don't want to hear about you shouldn't have been dependent on that.
Right.
You don't want to hear about it. And nobody does. And they wasn't looking at them as a paycheck. That's just what they were accustomed to that style of living,
Yeah.
and they appreciate it, and they downsized, and they weren't ready for that.
Right.
They wasn't ready.
The next question.
Yeah, that wasn't. Well, okay, well, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if we even help the person out, really? Did we?
Yeah, just say it's not, it has nothing to do with you.
With her.
So don't take it on.
Okay.
Just go on about your business and do you.
Okay. All right, so we have another question here. This one says, I'm normally not one to put my business out there. I tend to hold it in, try to work it out myself, but that has not really been successful, so I'm reaching out to you guys. It says, I've been with my husband going on 4 years. We dated for 2 in a different state. When he proposed, we wanted to live together for a year before the wedding. This was important to me, especially because our whole relationship was a few minutes here to there and date nights on Thursdays. We had opposite schedules. We decided to move to a neutral place, somewhere we both didn't know anyone, so we could build from scratch. Before all this, I sat him down so we could discuss expectations and boundaries. One of my boundaries is no women in my house, especially when I'm not home, excluding family, of course. Now, one thing I hadn't mentioned yet is his brother. After a few months of dating, he moved in with him. Didn't pay rent, hardly worked, just, I'll say, unmotivated. My husband began to complain about this, so I offered his brother a job so he could contribute. Fast forward to our move. We moved to Texas. I relocated my job since transferring was very sudden. We stayed in a hotel room for the first few months. Yes, I said we. He brings his brother along. Now, that's his family, and his family is important, so I'm understanding. Plus, he really was a good employee. Right after we moved, I looked in his phone. I found some text messages from a few other people he was talking to, calling them baby, and etc. One message was of him inviting this woman over to stay the night, one last time before he leaves. Okay, I'll flip out. I just changed my entire life, everything, to dive headfirst into this adventure with him. And the whole time he's been talking with other women, he claimed, and still to this day, he claims she was just a friend and she's gay. Really? Okay. Oh, and the night the text was sent was on the same day he proposed to me. Oh, and his brother, who I gave a job to, who worked with me almost every day, who smiles in my face and even would feed him, knew he was cheating on me when I called him out on it and said, that's my brother. What am I supposed to do? So it's clear they have their secrets and will cover for each other, and I'm over here stuck in this mess with my fiance and his brother. We talk it out, and it's touch and go, but we move on. We get a place, and his dang brother moves in with us. Now, it was only supposed to be until the wedding. Then he had to go. Right before the wedding, the lease is up, so he and I decided to extend for another year. He's supposed to take his brother to the office to remove him from the lease. So his brother signs a new lease. We get married in Vegas, we come home and basically go back to life, and yes, his brother is still there. The other day his brother is talking about having people over for his birthday since the world is closed because of coronavirus. I say, I'm sorry, but I don't allow women in my house. He starts going on about how I can't tell him he can't have company in his house, where he pays rent. I guess I've never seen it. We were going back and forth, and I finally said, if you don't like my rules, get out my house. Then my husband says, well, I guess you don't need to have anyone over then, to me. I told them both exactly how I felt about his brother still being here and how I felt like this third wheel since day one. And him taking his brother's side and going off on me just proves that his number one in his life is his brother, not me. It has been 2 days now. I'm still angry. I'm extremely angry, and I'm really thinking about leaving. I just really don't know if I even care to try anymore. And our 1 year anniversary is in July, and we haven't even made it a year. Am I being overreactive? Am I wrong? Sorry for this letter being so long.
I think you were wrong because you got married.
Me too. I mean, you saw it right on the wall then. Come on. It said, fast forward, we got married. What? I'm like, what the heck? When he was saying, he's my brother, I'm supposed to I would have exit stage left. What's that Beyonce song?
To the left,
to the left. Are you kidding me?
I just didn't get it. Why did we get married?
Why
He cheated on you. Before you moved to Texas, he had that one last.
I think women love the idea of being married, or
Oh,
the wedding and all that kind of stuff. But honey, yeah, I know.
But you were wrong for even coming up to brother talking about why didn't he tell you? His loyalty is to his brother. His
right?
loyalty is to you. I don't care that you gave him a job and stuff. That didn't buy his loyalty. That's his brother. Yeah, his brother got just as much dirt on him as he got on his brother. So ain't nobody telling now. I don't know why women be like, and we were friends and he didn't tell me. Did they not know each other before you? I mean, it goes with the first person.
Yeah, that's how they be. You know, and
that's
they
how
always
it is.
brothers and stuff. That's
That's just how they are. I mean, I have friends that have cheated on their man. I ain't told their man. My loyalty is to my friend. And it ain't to their man.
That's right.
Excuse me, I have to talk to you. My best friend is cheating on you. No, ain't nobody doing all that. No. They're not. So that was stupid. But you were stupid for getting married because he cheated on you.
Right.
You didn't have that much contact with each other. Brother living there, you getting him a job. And then I like, my favorite part of the story is when you were saying you can't bring nobody to the house, and he was like, this is my house. I pay rent. I said, oh. And then you said, I ain't never seen it. I don't know. To me, that was hilarious to me. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was the funniest thing because you went into this.
You are the third wheel.
For real.
I don't know why you thought you were.
You were the third wheel. I mean, you're insignificant in that relationship.
You're insignificant, period.
Yeah, they should just be the roommates and brothers and just be kicking.
They are.
They are. And she cooks and stuff and pays bills and stuff.
Giving people jobs.
And she's the one that you rocked your world for somebody that doesn't really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And then the brother in that, of course, his loyalty is to his brother. And you're an ATM, a chef,
everything,
maid, and whatever, and and a hooker.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it. I hate to say it that rude, but really, you're just not that important. And married, I mean, you're a gold mine. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this: you need to stay married. This is the bed you lied in, because you had every ample opportunity before you said I do. Because that's what makes me mad. But no, I'm gonna finish. Because that's what makes me mad is people see all these opportunities. Like these were big, bold opportunities. There's sometimes people see little opportunities and they don't know that's just, Satan trying to trick them. These are big boulders that they were throwing. These were pebbles. This is a boulder. You have black eyes, bruises, broken bones from these boulders that came towards you. And you chose to get married. And now you get married. Well, honey, now we have to wait for him to cheat on you again and you catch it, or he leaves you. Because really that is what it is. I'm tired of people jumping into marriage just knowing they have this concept that they can get a divorce. You jump into something that was already a divorce. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to be a relationship. There's nowhere in this that your husband, boyfriend, whatever, made it that you were number one.
Okay,
There was nothing.
Can I say something? No, I agree with you that you made the bed and stuff like that, but yeah, you don't have to stay in it. Let me tell you this. Listen. No, this is your home. You're the wife. You have all the cards. I don't give a rat's but what. You don't want no woman in your house. That's your rules. Your husband said, well, you can't have nobody. I'll do whatever I want in my house. This is my marriage. You give them. You don't like it? That's up to you. But this is what I'm saying. And your brother cannot stay in this house. He cannot stay in. He cannot disrespect me. I said up. He didn't go up. So now you got to go out.
I'm going to tell you right
and
now, Lauren is mad. I'm going to tell Lauren something that you didn't tell her in this letter, but I know happened. When the brother sat there and said he can have whoever he wants up in his house, because my brother has whatever female he wants up in his house. And you accepted it while you tripping on me because I ain't dating you. Your husband married to you having women up in here. I ain't dating you. What, you want me? Because I don't see what the difference is.
I don't even care. I don't care. I'm just saying, when you're the wife,
and can't do nothing.
When you're married, you hold all the cards. And I'm just saying, he got to go. Yeah, absolutely. Coronavirus too. You bring all these females.
Nobody up in here.
And
she
that's
said
what you said. Corona. So, but it doesn't make any difference. You can do whatever you want to. You can tell them that.
About the girl in.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
It just said it.
He did have it.
Yeah,
the girl came in and said before they moved to Texas, I want to hook up with you one last time.
Yeah, no.
And she said that in the beginning. I don't want no girl in the house. I thought it was the whole time when she was reading. I thought it was a brother. And then she said, and then I married him. I said, oh, it's him?
Oh, what I'm saying is, put your foot down. You ain't got to be. You ain't got to be. No. And if they don't, but you gotta be strong.
Oh, I know.
You gotta be strong. She can't kick her husband out. So
she would. Both of them be out there with the Rona.
She can't.
And he'll leave.
There's no legal.
No, he'll leave. He'll leave. Oh yeah.
Because he want to have his.
If you say, oh no, if you get the ultimate, what I'm trying to tell you is you got to gain that respect back. You can sit there and say, oh, I got to take this and that, but you don't sit in the corner with that. And no woman going to. I don't care if you was wrong. And you was wrong.
In the corner.
I know. She got to get out the corner. That's what I'm saying. You got to get out the corner.
You are no longer in timeout.
You get out and you get out with a vengeance. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I know. I've been to the point where I was with a man, and he on our wedding night, he decided he wanted to go off somewhere and do something else and come back 2 days later. I'm like, oh, I made that mistake. Oh yeah, I can sit there and go, oh well, this is the light. Finally, then wait a minute. We got a couple friends. I'm thinking, yay. Well, they were a couple friends. I'm babysitting his kids and the girls' kids while they rendezvousing and stuff. After a while, I had to say, wait the heck, who in that HMI? We having barbecues and his women are all there. I'm feeding the women. One day you have to stop and say, I'm not going to be the victim. I am the wife, and therefore I can control whatever's going in this house. If you don't like it, I'm going to start making the rules. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, right now you made some bad mistakes, dumb mistakes. I did too. Everybody does sometimes. But there's one time where you got to get up and go, I'm not taking it anymore. And you do what you need to do. But you have to have the strength, the confidence, and the confidence in yourself that you can say, no, I'm not taking this. When the brother, because what Lydia is saying is, everybody's coming up against you because you're allowing them. You're saying one thing and doing another. Exactly. Now, I don't want no girls in it. Well, whose girl? Which one? Okay, I don't want my brother to remove and the brother's here. Well, I don't want it so-and-so and it's there. So you got to stop. I said no women. Damn it. You don't got a problem with it? Damn it. But you have to be there. And if you're not there, you're going to be walked on because, see, you're not sticking up. You're insignificant. You don't matter. Your life matters.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Your life matters. That's good. I like that.
Oh, my God. That's a new one now.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
but
Your
you
life
should.
matters.
Your life matters.
But what she's saying
It
is
is
true,
true.
but you can't go in there being weak.
That's
And you
right,
can't
right.
you can't stand your ground, just shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Until you can build up to know who you are. Because that does take something that hits you, and once it clicks, it clicks. But right now, it might not be clicking, but if it's clicking, you will do it. And it won't matter if how stupid it sounds. You might say something like, you better start vacuuming the ceiling. They better get something figured out how to vacuum that dang ceiling. But that's when you are standing your ground. You know, it takes everybody's like, Lauren had her time where she realized that she was a wife. I remember when I was married to my ex-husband, I didn't realize I'm the wife. So I did, and the stuff I did didn't make sense. I just did it because I'm the wife, and I stood my ground on me being the wife. And I said, I'm not the side piece. I'm not the side chick. I am his wife. So whatever I demand is gonna happen. So I didn't care if I needed a phone cord. I'm calling my husband to get the phone cord. That's it. And he wasn't even living with me. He was living with the girlfriend and their mama. And I called and I need a phone cord, and his brother brought me a phone cord. Because I realized and established who I was.
Lydia was crazy. Let me tell you what Lydia did. Lydia was crazy. This warms my heart. Because, like I said, oh my gosh. So her husband decided that he wanted to call Lydia over for, I guess, a booty call, right? And so Lydia, knowing full well what she's going to do, goes over to this girl's house. So he goes to this girl's house, and of course they get intimate. And so now his girlfriend is getting ready to come home. And so he's telling Lydia, you gotta go, it's getting late, blah, blah, blah. And Lydia says, So he went in to get a shower, and Lydia lay there and just was reading the magazine. And then Lydia, he came, are you getting ready to go? And Lydia is not even moving. He's panicking. And so therefore, the girl walks in, Lydia naked. Lydia said, hey. And he's up there, she's clowning. She's thinking that she got all this, and she's the bad thing. And Lydia reminded, I'm the wife. You the chippy. And I'm in your house. Lydia gets up naked, walks into the living room, sits on the couch naked, and tells the girl that she's hungry. Get her something to drink. Because wherever he lays his hat is her home. And honey, I just had to give her an amen on that. You got to be there. Well, it's X-rated, but yeah, you have to.
But the point was, I didn't realize who I was.
She made sure that she knew, no matter where you go and wherever she lived, I'm a force to reckon with. You ain't gonna get over on that. I don't give a darn about what this. I need this, we need this, and this. He gonna take care of home, because I am the wife, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. You are the wife. Yes, you made mistakes. We all go in with rose-colored glasses, thinking that this is gonna be good, and maybe we try to be very supportive and help with the family. But there's one time where you gotta come around and say, hell, because they don't think you serious. They think the brother thinks his brother is the boss. So whatever his brother say he'll do, but you ain't nothing. So you want to make sure that they all know who you are. But as like Lydia said, you got to get there. You cannot no longer be in a patsy, because that's what you've been doing. You've been saying no and yes, and then your actions been saying yes all the way. And you've been saying, I don't matter, I don't matter, I don't matter. You've been saying that in your actions. So right now, your illusions are not illusional. You are looking at the truth. You don't have any say. You need to have a voice. You need to make a voice. And you need to stay with your voice. You are the wife.
Yes.
Your life matters.
Your life matters.
I love it. Learn.
We have to get a shirt. I can't do it. We have to now. We gotta start getting merch, y'all. I can't do
I'm
it.
just
We
saying,
gotta
we got
we gotta have merch, because that's it. And we gotta get something behind this wall. We gotta get that shirt.
Yeah, we're working on it though.
Because remember what was it a long time ago? We had Man Up?
Man Up. Oh yeah.
Man
Lauren
Up.
was on it that day too. I was like, yes, Lauren.
We got a woman up. This one right here.
Yes.
She need a woman up.
Wife
for real.
up, not woman up. Wife
Oh yeah,
up.
wife up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Girl.
See, we got to
We
write this down.
talented.
But all these shirts,
Yeah.
we
You
gotta
got the
write
paper. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You got the juice.
Yes.
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 That's juice.
You
That's
want
what
I guarantee you act like this. If you do get a divorce, he will not marry nobody else as quick. He would think twice. Okay, the
yeah,
wife
I
got
think, yeah,
power.
please
Wife
put
got
him
power.
through
Wife
stuff that
got
you put him
power.
through.
That's another story. Wife
Yeah.
got power.
What?
Wife got power.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I be liking to hear what they say because I'm not married, but they be having some stuff. And that stuff, I be like this. We need to have a soap opera, a movie, something because this little tidbits of y'all lives be cracking me up. It's just a whole thing because it just amazes me. But also, to the reason why I like you guys' stories too, is because it's real, just like the stuff that these people are going through, and it allows people to understand that not just they're going through it, but you can also get the strength up to get yourself out of these situations. Because a lot of times we do put ourselves in these horrible situations, and you're like, well, how am I going to do that? Because there's many times I've had to come to Lauren and I don't know whether woman up. I say woman up on this one because I'm not wife of, but woman up because you just sometimes you just play this. It's like you're just this doormat, And to me, when I look at this lady, she just is getting walked on. They just living their life, kicking it, doing what they want to do, and you just like, yeah, you right there, she there. It's like we just doing what we want to do. But then when you let your voice be heard, like, no, I said this, like Lauren said. I said no women. She said that from the very, very beginning. She put that right there. This is what I said. I don't want this. And then it's when she says it's like it's a joke. Like, yeah, right, whatever. Like, and then how the brother gonna say this is my, when the brother said this is my house.
Everybody.
Like, you've been laying around with them everywhere they went. In a hotel, in a place.
Because his name
You
is
done
on
went
the lease. His
everywhere.
name is on the lease.
She said, now go take him to the office and get his name off
But
the
see,
lease.
he was supposed
He
to
got
be
another year. He come back with another year. And like, you didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. He said, so the brother went over there and he came back. Well, he's on with at least for another year. You didn't mean nothing. So now you acting, he gonna break his own lease because he ain't gonna like the rules because you're not gonna back down.
Right. That's what I'm
And
saying.
the husband, and if the husband want to be with you, he gonna have to conform to you.
Bye,
Now
bye,
that's
bye.
it. And what's that saying? Bye.
Felicia, bye,
Yeah,
Felicia.
because you
You
don't.
done went to NSYNC and
Yeah.
Pride.
Because-
Pride ain't
But
NSYNC.
listen, woo, we got a whole bunch
Because
of stuff.
that's the only reason, and not that you're gonna try to punk your husband, but these are the things. Your husband is not listening to you. Your
Yeah,
husband
not at all.
is doing whatever he wants to do. Yeah, and like I said,
But
his
then
brother
you-
probably gonna bring in, and just what like Lily said, the girlfriends are coming in. You're gonna be serving your husband's girlfriend, the brother's girlfriend,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be sipping, and you're gonna be the dummy out of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
When you say something, you are like I said. When he said, "Will you marry me?" He signed that paper, and you signed that paper. You got rights. You are no longer just a little this, that, and the other. You got half of his whatever. You got half of his what he coulda, woulda, shoulda had. Everything. You got yeah.
You got half of the brothers?
You got half, and you can get that half back. But you got it. So you just go ahead on and take your stance.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. Yes, no, you was a fool the whole time. I was rolling my eyes at you. But you don't have to stay a fool. All you can do right now is just get your strength back. And don't go in there with this Minnie Mousey, I know, will you please? No, I hate that in everything. Like when somebody gets promoted,
Yeah.
oh, you guys, I got promoted. You guys have to do what I say. No, no, they don't. They ain't rock all over you. You go in there and say, this is the way it is. Well, I don't get by.
Yeah.
Oh, what was they gonna say?
Boy,
Boy,
bye.
bye. You got the. I gotta tell you, I'm running this. Cause you gotta take a stance. Hey, I'm running this. And then if I make a mistake, then I take the consequences for my mistake.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna take the consequences of all this. You got all this failing relationship. You're gonna still be in the divorce court,
Yeah.
still and looking like a dummy the whole time.
Yeah.
No, take your stance. Go on about your business. Tell them what you don't like. Not kill him,
So
but
my
still.
thing is, you can kill him.
No.
Excuse me. You can kill him with misery.
Yeah.
You do it my way and be happy,
That's
or
right.
you don't and go against me and be misery. Either way it goes.
And the thing about it is, he gonna probably think, oh, well, this is a side I never seen, because y'all really didn't take the time to get to know each other in the first place.
And he's gonna respect it though. I
Yeah.
mean, most men like because he said because they like that. They like that because you are submissive to him in the nicest, beautiful way.
Yeah.
But then when some like, honey, there's a marketer at the door. I said I want it. My wife said, I'm sorry, son. You heard that, didn't you? And I'm just saying, you want him to respect you too. And I don't mean you're going to have to stand tough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, but, there's an extreme to everything. Yeah, you don't go in there with a whip and stuff like that unless you're at, what you call them, LABSG, QW.
LGBTQ?
No, she's talking about BDSM.
Yeah, that's
She had all the other letters in it.
I know.
Tell death, do you?
Oh Lord! Oh my
Cheers.
God! Oh Lord! With the coffee.
Yeah, so that's
Two times of wine.
So, what's it? 2DUP? TDUP?
That's right.
Well, I hope we help somebody out there, because that was a rough situation, and I hope you get your strength. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in to us. See you next time on the Talk It Out Show. Did you hear that?
I'll be next.